Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my channel. In this clip, I want to show you how we can share a 3D model within Photon Network. In the previous video, we learned how we can save and load a 3D model as an array of bytes in the player prefs. So within this video, I would like to share how we can send and receive a 3D model. Okay. I just want to let you know that if you want to use this technique for sending a 3D model and receiving that, you should learn how to save and load objects as bytes in Unity. I will share the link of this video in the description of this current video. You have to full watch it and make the whole functionality of that. Then we will use that script for sending and receiving video 3D model. Excellent. First, let's take a look at the method together. These green boxes, they are for sender application. Red box is for Photon Network, and blue boxes are for receiver application. We have a 3D model. We will convert it to an array of bytes. Because this guy is gonna be really huge and heavy, for better performance in our network, it's better to split it to several arrays. Then we will send all of these arrays one by one to the all online users in our network. They will receive all of them. Then we will, when we get the final array of this complex, we will combine them all arrays together and make one, and then generate a 3D model based on that one overall array we combined. This is the whole story. So for this part and this part, we're gonna use that technique we used for save and load 3D models, because there was a system for encoding and decoding 3D models to an array of bytes. Excellent. Let's take a look at the system together. Remember, for Photon, you can use that. I used the sample scene of Photon. It was here, Photon Unity Network demos. I think it was Pond Basic tutorial. No, it was in demos. I think Slot Racer. Yes, here we go. I used this sample scene of the Photon. If you say, if you click on play, if you already registered your account successfully in Apple application ID and application ID chat, you will see there a car will appear here, and you can make a game with this guy. Okay, we use this sample scene. Let's jump to my scene. I will go here and pawn test. Alright, as you can see, it is the same scene, but I already added my stuff here. Okay. I use the same technique for save and load. Look at this, the same canvas, save and load, and everything will be the same, except one thing. I've added another functionality to this guy. Let's take a look at it together. It is the old script we had, save, load, mesh. But here at the end, I've added this function, public void loaded object. Here, the difference between this guy and this guy is whenever we load the data from our network, we will call this function to generate a 3D model based on those bytes, those arrays. That's it. So here we just read the base 64 from player prefs. We will receive that data from our local variable and we will call it in our shared 3D model function. So you just need to add this function to your save load mesh. Then this is the main script of sharing 3D model. As I said, we need to have our 3D model encoded and split it out to several arrays, then sending all of those arrays one by one within the streaming system of Photon. So here we say, okay, this is that event code we want to check, and this is the chunk size of each part of those arrays. So you can say, okay, it can be 50,000 bytes, or maybe less, or maybe more. I propose you to follow my lead and continue your code within these numbers I have added. So 50K for chunk size and chunk send delay. I've added time delay to the sending process to keeping the buffer system safe for the other experiences in multiplayer. And here the on enable, it is on for on event. However, we have other things here which are related to the sending system, such as send queue. Whenever you have the a lot of arrays and you want to send them one by one, you will add it to the send queue. And receiver data is the array of bytes, the finalized array, and here the number of bytes you received. And it is the same method for every streaming photo. So let's jump to the share model. In the share model, we say, okay, let's read the player prefs data from the memory for loading that 3D model. Here, we try to convert a string of text to an array of bytes. And here we try to compress it. Look at this. First, we read it, we convert it to an array of bytes, then compress it. After that, we will split it out to several chunks. Look at this. Here you can split out your finalized compressed bytes array to several chunks. Then you will call this coroutine send chunks. In the send chunks, as you can see, as far as you have the send queue is more than 0, which means you have something to send, you will send all of these information via this guy, photon.raise event, and you will send all of these informations, all of those chunks within this part. And you should wait until the chunk send delay. For example, if you say 2 milliseconds, it will send all of these chunks every 2 milliseconds. And eventually, when you want to receive it, when you receive these chunks, you will put them inside this array of data. And eventually, when you decompress it and decompress received data, and it will be string of model string. They try to decompress it to this guy, from the decompressed bytes to then a string. Then you will call this function, save load mesh dot loaded object model string, and done. Received data is null, received bytes count is 0, so you're good to go. This line will generate the final data you received if you have everything successfully done. If you see this a message on your log, which means 3D model has been generated successfully. That's it. And here it is the basic point of the how you can compress and decompress an array of bytes and serialize content here based on several chunks you made for your splitting process and deserialize content. I will share the link of this code within my uh, GitHub, and you can find it in the description of this video. You just need to drag and drop that code into your project and done. Then let's come back to the Unity editor. I made an empty object here, share object, and I've added share 3D model and also one photon view component. Drag and drop photon view into this save and load. And here this is the save and load mesh, that component we have for encoding and decoding 3D model. Excellent. Let me to call here. All right, I have my car here, and now play the scene. Excellent. I have my second car here as well. So I want to share this 3D mountain, this guy, within the all this rock and this grass. Look at this: mountain, grass, and rock. From my Unity editor to this application. I already have it here, but I will generate something else here. And let me check everything. Tells me to do maintain. I save the object for make sure everything works fine and share. That's it. I received that 3D model from my editor in my PC application. I just want to point out a really important point that this system works properly, and this is gonna be okay for mobile, for headsets, for VR headsets, for computers. But your 3D models have to be small. For example, less than 1 MB. Okay, this method won't work for huge 3D models, big scale 3D models, because Photon hadn't been made for these size of communication. So you can use this method, but only for small 3D models or low poly 3D models. Excellent. I hope this tutorial will be helpful for you. Don't hesitate to ask any question related to Unity, AR, VR, and XR. Subscribe my channel and like this video if you like it. Have a great night. Bye bye.